Hello and welcome to a new video. Hopefully you had a great community day. Today we had some ice cones. I literally just went outside, just for a walk. Didn't actually really play the game. Just had Go++ on and try to get some of them. But yeah, today we're going to have some gameplay here with a double ice cone team. Because if we have Vanilluxe here already, which is not a Pokemon that you're going to see ever again in the Go Battle League, because it doesn't really have that much play, or doesn't also have any play at all generally in Pokemon Go. I still kind of want to have a little bit of a meme team here, where we're going to try out the other ice cone as well, which I already had built before, which is honestly kind of okay, because you're going to have access to Icy Wind Astonish, which is a cool combination, and you have a little bit more bulk than the Vanilluxe has. But yeah, we have Avalanche Vanilluxe now as the Community Day Pokemon, which is better than what it was before, for sure. Avalanche is better than Blizzard or whatever I'd learned. But is it a great Pokemon? Not really. We see here already one big issue. For example, here we have Jumpluff, very low attack, and still going to nearly one-shot us. We have no bulk. We just don't have bulk. We don't have a very cheap charge move either, and that makes it a bit more tricky. But if we hit the Avalanche, it's gonna do a ton of damage. Yeah, today I have to say as well, like we see like weak connection here. I did not enjoy playing the battles today. I am honest with you about this. I don't really want to talk too much about, of course, here, because yeah, it's just a video towards the community day. But there was a lot of one-turn lag. Like I know also from coaching currently, that is not a issue that only I have. A lot of people have that currently. Today was the worst for me ever. That is something that definitely lost me a few battles. But I don't really want to talk too much about it. Let's just move on here with the Vanilluxe against the Diggersby. We're actually going to be able to go for another Icy Wind here. That's why Vanilluxe is honestly better than Vanilluxe, which is kind of funny because yeah, Vanilluxe is the one that is having the special move and the community day, but Vanilluxe is actually the better version of it, having more bulk, having access to the move. Icy Wind is just going to be better. Signal Beam actually is an interesting move though. Signal Beam has a chance, I think a 20% chance to drop the opponent's attack and defense, which is, if it lands, a really cool thing to have. But yeah, here we're going to see the opponent having their Toxapex up against us. Swap out into their Marowak. We're going to be able to go for another Rage Fist, and we're going to try to counter them down here. Let's see on how this is going to go. We're going to get them kind of low, but not really low enough, so we have to swap out into our Ice Cream. And as you will see here, the Vanilluxe is not going to take the Rock Slide too great, and they can farm us down and win the battle. Yeah, of course, like well said, I would have most likely won a few more battles if I didn't have all of that lag towards me. I still would have not been close to go positive with this team, which is kind of annoying because I'm still not legend. I'm not really struggling that much. The thing is, for me, I find always like 2-3 teams that are really, really good for me, which you, for example, saw yesterday was a team that was really working for me. I found 2 more that I'm mostly going to showcase over the next few days as well on the channel, so definitely stay tuned for this one, where I climbed up to 2,700 again, and then I played like Pokemon like this, and I'm back at 2,400 something, because I played quite a lot of sets with this one, and I tried some other team before as well, which just didn't work out at all. That just drops me all my rankings again. So I would just stay with one team. And most I would be able to hit a legend as well, easily. But this is going to be something for a little bit of a later point of the season, I guess. I'm not too worried about hitting legend because I have hit legend every single season so far. So I'm not worried at all. But yeah, I haven't been close yet. I haven't honestly been close yet because there's always like a new Pokemon that's released that's completely bad, which drops my elo again. Or like I just try to find a team around a certain Pokemon that just doesn't work out. All that kind of stuff kind of happens to me. So I'm still vibing here right now, but it's okay. We're going to have double Ice Cone here today, which again, of course, is not really a serious team. But look at this matchup here. Look at this one. Can we get our first win? We're going to see here that they're going to have the Superior in the back, and the first Avalanche is coming through. And finally, we see some Avalanche action of our Vanilluxe, and as we see here, this is going to get the KO against the opponent's Superior easily, and we're actually going to be able to win with our Ice Cone. I'm fairly certain that this is one of the battles that I'm gonna lose because of lag, which is kind of unfortunate. We have here the Rage Fist coming through in the perfect time, everything fine here. That's cool, or like inconsistencies I think was the issue here. And as I see here, and I know I'm gonna be able to counter them down into my counters, so if they need one more fast move, they're not gonna get another charge move off. And they still got the move off here because I lagged for one turn, which is absolutely annoying. I got the counter through now, they gotta knock them out, but they should have never got the extra shield here. And if I had the extra shield, I would have been able to just counter through this opponent's Drapion here as well. At this point, I have to swap out. And that is going to be so much worse for me because, yeah, I would have loved to have my shield still left. And this is going to just decide the battle here for me as well again, because with no shields left, Drapion is just going to be able to outspeed everything. And as you see here, there's a Corviknight in the back. We actually would have had a neutral matchup against Corviknight with all of our Pokemon that we had here. So, like, this would have been not the worst play or, like, matchup in general. Look at me, I would have had a shield here for this one, would have most likely got to another Raichu, knock them out afterwards. But no, not today. And now it's down to a Vanilluxe, which lagged here again for a little bit as well. I don't know what it is. It's not my Wi-Fi. I tried my phone Wi-Fi. I tried my home Wi-Fi here as well. Nothing works out better. Like, it's exactly the same kind of stuff right now. I don't know what's going on right now, but apparently they're currently trying to fix Go Battle League up. They said stuff like this or whatever. But yeah, so far it's a bit difficult to play. Let's take a look here now at the next opponent. We're going to see Claydol coming in. We're going to be able to swap out. They're always going to be able to outspeed us here, which is a bit of an unfortunate thing. The cool thing is, the matchups afterwards, we would be able to outspeed them. Because we should be able to reach our second Icy Wind a bit faster than our first one, like one fast move faster than our first one, which is kind of cool. But you know, it's also kind of cool because of the debuff here onto the opponent. We're going to be able to survive the crunch, allowing us to get another charge move off here. Icy Wind is coming through. They're gonna let the move go through, and they're now at -2 attack. I can try to counter them down. I don't get the fast move through as well. Thanks for this game. Again, it has been tough. Like, it's definitely been tough here so far trying to do the battles. But also in this battle, I kind of mess up myself. I go for the Signal Beam here against the opponent, hoping to get the double debuff against them, of course. As you see here, we don't get that. We get the shield from the opponent, which is fine. We can take a hit. We're gonna be able to take the Drill Run, and Ice is the only type that, like, for example, here resist Ice as well. It's the only resistance that we have is other Ice type moves. So at least Ice Shot is going to be resisted from us. But as we will see here, I make a big mistake. I go for the charge move. I never needed to go for that. I never needed to do that. I would have most likely won the battle if I just went for another fast move, because I would have knocked them out unless the same stuff happens like with the blasters in the game before. But I would have got to 2 Raichus against the opponent's Claydol here easily, and I would have just won the battle. But I threw the game before, for sure, on my own. And yeah, that's on me. Anyway, next opponent, we're going to have a Gastron against us. That's actually not too bad. The thing is here, we do quite a lot of damage. Icy Wind is chunking away. Astonish is chunking away. Like this, that's the thing as well. It's just so funny because Vanilluxe is actually okay. Just that we have another Pokemon in the back that is kind of garbage is more the issue for this team. Earth Power going to get us quite low. But as we will see, we're going to have the Annihilate coming back in, and we can take that. There's going to be a resisted Body Slam, double resist Body Slam at -1 attack, does no damage, and I know that my Vanilluxe is the Pokemon that I need to win this battle with, but it's going to be a Morpeko on the back, and the issue here is, and this is the main issue for Vanilluxe, is the pacing. It needs a better, cheap coverage move. It needs a 35 energy coverage move in order to have any chance of being okay ever. And that's the big issue for Vanilluxe. I am going to just check on the side if there's anything that I could see that this Pokemon can learn. But Vanilluxe just has really much the issue here that the pacing is not right. Could also get a better fast move maybe. Like, I don't know if it learns Powder Stone, it would be maybe better for this one as well. But to be fair, with the stats that it has and with the typing it has as a pure Ice type, it's very likely never going to be a very strong Pokemon. So, like, even if you're gonna miss out on this community day here, you don't really have to be sad about it, because this is not a Pokemon that you're gonna need ever again. Like, it learns Icicle Spear, by the way, which would be kind of cooler even than the Avalanche, because it's cheaper and you're gonna get there after 4 Astonish all the time. That would have been cooler, better move to go for basically for the community day. Freeze Dry would be a cool move that they could add in the future. Icicle Crush would be a cool move to add in the future, but those would be most likely charge moves. And it cannot really learn anything else. Really, I learned the Weather Ball, but I don't think that they're gonna add this on this Pokemon. And that is basically the only thing that it could really learn that would help it. So yeah, it learns Powder Snow though in the future, like would be cool for the future as well. But so far, this Pokemon just doesn't really have any play. And at least here we see a little bit of on how this Pokemon can perform. Have the Avalanche coming through. We're going to be able to get to another one. I think we still survive the hit here. Most people are not running Stone Edge currently on the Clodsire. Yes, we still survive. We can get the KO against the Clodsire. But again, it's not going to really matter too much. We have the Avalanche getting the KO. We're going to swap out here. And they have the Jumpluff in the back. I don't even reach the charge move here. And we can just move on into the next opponent. I'm going to swap out straight away here. They're gonna stay in and swap out now into their Morpeko. I can try to go for the Signal Beam to surprise them because it would one-shot them. Hopefully they don't know. They did know. They used a shield. So yeah, that is gonna be quite unfortunate. I am not going to be able to outspeed them, but I at least going to be able to get some energy with my own Annihilate here. I don't get the fast move through again. I don't know. Like, it is sometimes a bit. Oh, actually, or maybe I did get the move through and just didn't have the animation. That kind of helps out for sure. As you will see here, the opponent goes back into their clay doll. They have in the back the Credilli, something I can actually deal with my team that I have, and so this might be another win here for us. As I see here, the Avalanche is coming through, doing some solid amount of damage. We're gonna let the move go through. I hope that they actually knock us out so we get more energy with our other Pokemon here, with our Annihilate, and this is exactly what's going to happen here. I can go for another charge move against the opponent, boost my own attack, and they just give up at this point, let the move go through, and we win the battle here. Thivo, I was expecting here that they most likely gonna run the team that I showcased yesterday. Would be kind of funny if you are someone who is watching my videos usually. Shouts to you. Like to see the team here. They swap out into the Clodsire. I would never really do that if I was you though, because like the main say-swap at least for this team is going to be the say-swap of Drapion. But again, like it's not, to be fair, the worst play there. Like again, there are going to be times where Clodsire can function as a say-swap. It's not the worst Pokemon for sure. And they might even be able to realign themselves here, which is going to work out super well for them. Look at them here. We're going to have this Touch Bomb coming through. They're going to be able to knock us out. And so now we're going to be a bit in a tough spot, but because I expected them to have in the back here a Drapion, I'm just going to keep my Annihilate healthy. Keep the shield for the Annihilate. Go for the Avalanche here, or swap out into my own Annihilate again, as I keep the Avalanche for later on. We're gonna have our Annihilate against the opponent here, and we just boost here soon, but first we have to get the KO here with the Ice Punch against the opponent. This is going to be fine. That's going to get the KO, and we have now the Drapion coming in. As soon as I get a shield, I win because I have the Avalanche still stored. I get the shield immediately, and with that, we win the battle. Good game here to the opponent. There's nothing they can do here. We can let the move go through. We have the Avalanche still stored for our, basically win here, because it's going to get the KO easily. Avalanche, very hard hitting move, 90 damage for 45 energy. Very solid move to have. Jumpluff. We have to swap out here straight away, just to get graded again by a Morpeko. That's not cool. Can I go for the Signal Beam? I'm gonna let the move go through, and I'm gonna go for the Signal Beam. Maybe this time around they don't know. That would be kind of cool if Signal Beam would be enough to knock them out here. This is going to be, of course, a super effective hit, and they didn't know. We can knock them out. We survive with 1 HP. They go into the Drapion, allowing me to go into my Annihilate. Think we lagged a little bit there as well, which doesn't really matter because I didn't go for a charge move for whatever reason, which allows me to go for a Rage Fist here, getting the shield from the opponent already. I can shield the move up. I could even let the move go through here as well. The Arcotale is coming through though, and in comes the Jumpluff. I tried to get the shield from the opponent here early, but as you see, I have to use a shield here against the opponent. It's going to be the Aerial Ace. I can go for another Ice Punch. Now I have to try to swap out to get to my Avalanche in time to knock out the opponent's Jumpluff here as well. And as we'll see, Avalanche is going to take 5 fast moves here, 15 turns. They're going to outspeed us, and they're going to hit us with an energy ball, doing a tremendous amount of damage, and also get the defense drop. But luckily, we're going to be able to outspeed them. This is going to be enough to knock them out, guaranteed. Now it's down to us against the Drapion, and they're gonna go for a charge move really fast, where I was like, do I actually have a chance of winning this battle? Let's see here. They're gonna knock us out. They still have another charge move stored. Is a Crunch going to be enough to knock us out here from this range? It is, and so we're barely going to lose this one. With that, we're going to move on into the final battle. We're going to have a Pokemon where we don't have an answer on the team with. We're going to have the Malamar. Cool. Like, our charge moves are going to be fine here, especially the Bug-type version would be, of course, one-shotting them here straight away. But they're going to swap out into the Blasters anyway. Cool. We're going to get a one charge move off that's going to not do anything. Again, we don't get the drop here at all. But at least I can go for the Icy Wind and try to hope that they're going to use a shield here. This would be ideal. Please use a shield. They decide to use a shield. They don't go for a charge move yet, and now they're going to go for that. Hydro Kingdom is going to knock us out, and at least they're going to be able to align ourselves with our Annihilate. We can use a shield, I want to say, but we don't use a shield. We're going to no-shield this move. We can go for the full farm down here, but only if I shield once. But I don't. I'm just going to let the move go through. Can Vanilluxe just win the entire battle? We had +2 attack, +2 energy basically. We're going to get the Malamar out. I can go for the Avalanche here. This would knock them out for sure from this range with the stab move. That is definitely going to be enough, but they decide to use a shield here, which is going to kind of seal the deal because now we don't really have play. They go for Superpower, which is cool, and they swap out into the Superior, forcing me to go for an Avalanche here. That would have knocked me out with a Frenzy Plant anyway, and this is going to be game. I'm not going to be able to win the battle. They're going to outspeed us here sadly because they only need 10 turns to go for a Superpower. And this is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. And have a great community day if it's still going to happen for you. See you then. Bye-bye.